The shit that I know is the reason I'm being gang stalked by the fucking U.S. government. I don't care if they kill me. I'm ready to check the fuck out of here. You know, this gang stalking program is unbearable. You know, I'm an artist. I'm a peacemaker. I believe in feeding the homeless. I used to feed 200 homeless people a day on Venice. You know, we used to get the food. It was food that was gourmet food that the rich people would throw in the trash because they're so rich they could afford it.
Good morning, everybody. T.I. Dave here. I got in a very important video today, and I made one last year, and I'll make one every year as I'm available. This is Lynette Castle, one of my best target individual friends I ever had. We talked every day on the phone from 2017 to 2019. Matter of fact, she saw one of my videos I posted in 2018. I had three different channels, and um, they all got hacked and messed up back then. So I switched channels a lot back then, three different channels because they were hacked. Anyway, so what happened was she called me one day out of the blue. She said, "I got your number off YouTube, and um, I just wanted to tell you to keep your head up and not to commit suicide no matter what. God loves you." She she was in the sex kitten program, MK Ultra sex kitten program. You had to look it up. I don't have time to explain it. Um, so she was a prostitute for most of her life. Um, but she learned how at 50 something years old, she learned how to draw paintings. And she escaped prostitution by selling her paintings at the ferry in Vallejo, California. She's a very, very positive woman. She helped me through times and it's probably the only reason I am here right now. They hated us talking so much that they would go in her phone and block me. And I would have to message her on Messenger and say, "Hey, they blocked me in your phone again. Nate, could you unlock it so we could talk?" And we talked every day. Very positive person. So she figured out how to draw paintings and got out of prostitution by it. She was murdered July 30th, 2019. Um, by a dude she kept posting as her gang stalker on Facebook. She kept posting pictures of him, and he ended up killing her. They found her cut up in a chest in a box. And I'm not saying that all targets will get stuff. This is a rare incident. It does happen, but it's a rare incident. As far as murdering and finding somebody cut up in a box, I guess it was because she was very outspoken. I'm going to play a video of her, a positive message she sent out. She's got a lot of positive messages. If you go to her Facebook, um, you could tell right there she's very hurt. Very positive person though. She would call me and say, "David, today's not. I don't want to hear it. Today's not the day to give up. You better push through like I am." Very positive, very motivating. Um, yeah, I want a good TI friend, and I think that we should all remember any TI friends that pass away. We should do memorials for them and keep their names alive because I feel like the powers that be don't want them remembered. But you can tell she was very, very artistic. She learned how to play piano in her sleep. And I'm going to read the last letter she wrote me. I still have a picture of it. Unfortunately, my mom threw it away when we had our little ordeal back in 2022. But this is just some of the art. Is a lot of her art is on her page. I'm gonna share the screen again. Let me get out of here. Okay, I'm gonna play a video and then I'm gonna read the last letter she wrote me. Okay, hold on. Sorry for the mess up. Okay, here we go. This is how the type of person Lynette was. She really saved me from suicide many times. I would never commit suicide again, just for let y'all know. So
I just wanted to continue on my positive message from yesterday. So today is the second day of my new life and the first day of the rest of my life. So what I want to say this morning is pretty much continuing on where I was, like, okay, so it's a new day again, and I want to continue moving towards this ideal life. So I'm driving to San Francisco to promote my art. Go ahead and take a look at it if you're interested in art. But if you're just interested in inspiration, then this is what I'm gonna say. So I've had a lot of tragedies in my life, and I was sitting there feeling sorry for myself. Why doesn't he love me? Well, why don't I have a good job? Why am I stuck in prostitution? Why do I not, everything go wrong? Anything I try to do, it turns to crumbs, but I realized, like, the same energy that pushes you away from what you want is the same energy that pulls you towards it. This is just one of the laws of nature. And, I'm realizing that a lot of the drama that was in my life, I was creating it from the self-hatred that I had inside me. So my life was reflecting how I was feeling inside. So I was attracting people that would confirm basically that I was a piece of shit by the way they treated me, because that's how I felt inside. So my point is that we need to do what makes us feel good inside and what will take away some of the pain of abuse. If you're in an abusive relationship, I already told you, today's the day to walk the hell away, or not, and continue to beat yourself up and allow other people to beat you up and confirm how you feel about yourself. And see, the world treats me like crap, so I must be a piece of crap. That's what I kept going through over and over and over again. The same old script. That's what it is, a script. Like you said, like Marquis said, programming. We've been programmed to hate ourselves, and it's not a black thing, it's all the nations, because we've been so narcissistic in our thinking. But we can't help but hate ourselves when we see that we've turned our backs on other people that are part of this human race, and we just let them die of starvation or disease, while we just look the other way and go wash our cars or whatever that we do here in America. That's trivial activities, mode of ignorance. So all I'm saying is that today, start off by doing something that makes you feel good. Ride a bike, take a walk by the river, walk your dog, if you have a dog. If not, do something nice for someone. Go outside of yourself. Go to someone that you know is sick and can't really move around that much, and do something nice for them. Do something that'll make you feel like you have a purpose here. Like you're just not just out for self. Because that's that narcissistic society, and it's permeated everywhere. That's how someone can go and kill a baby and then go eat a sandwich, because the narcissistic side of them is so dominant. They don't even have a empathy for any other living creature. So that's how they can eat a steak and not connect it to a cow that's been slaughtered, or a chicken and not connected to that. That's how that is able to be. Because if you're truly in touch with that side of you that has love, you're gonna have reverence for every single life. You're not gonna be eating meat. You're gonna be a vegetarian. And as far as healing, all these diseases that we have, if you're not born without an arm or something extreme like that, you can be healed. I'm telling you, diabetes, high blood pressure, gout, all these diseases, I've healed them. I've seen how fast the body responds to fasting and cleansing, detox teas. I've seen it for myself. I've got people that will vouch that I healed them from diseases that were killing them where they couldn't even walk. They gave me their cane because I healed them. You know. Um, so all I'm saying today is be the light you want to be. Like Marquise said to me, be the lover that you want to have. Be that lover. Be that kind person, that be that best friend that you want in your life. All right. Have a good day. Hope you like that.
And I'm just breaking down. I mean, horrible, horrible, horrible what happened to her. She was a very good soul. Um, so I'm going to share something again. I got to read an article about her. Then I'm going to play another video um, uh, of her talking. Okay, she made the paper. Okay, look. This is Tracy Lynette Castle. Art is life, and life is art in more ways than one. Essentially homeless for the past 15 years. Castle 50 said creating art and helping others do the same is what gotten her through. I inspire people walking by, she said, from the area near Vallejo Ferry building that she staked out for herself. They see me working and stop to do a piece of art, with examples of her artwork spread around the large sundial near the ferry terminal on the waterfront. Most days, Castle said people stop by all day to look, paint, or buy. Teresa Muller, 19, has been in Vallejo for about 3 months, having come from Germany, and she says she's found a peaceful place to hang out with Castle. She's my place to be, and I like to be around her, Mueller said. People who are stressed can come here. Her vibe's really nice. People really like to be around her. An Ohio native raised in the Bay Area, Castle enlisted in the Navy on her 16th birthday and on traveled extensively, including several trips to China over the year, but she always came back to her mother's Vallejo home in between, living off and on here until the woman died of cancer about years ago. After living in the military, she said she spent several years in Hawaii as a dancer and entertainer, but came back when her mother was sick. And I'm sorry, I got to pause this because I have to take a call. Okay, I'm back again. I was in China on 9/11 and the world changed, and I changed that day, she said. I realized that the creature comforts we take for granted here in the U.S., I learned to live without those. That's why when things went wrong between Castle and her surviving family members after her mother passed, she was left with nothing. She didn't fall completely apart, she said. That's not to say she's come out of the whole thing unscathed. She says she doesn't sleep anymore, but sits all night in her van with her two dogs or looks for safe, warm places to paint overnight. I don't feel bad about that, she said. That's my lifestyle. Painting's been Castle's refuge since she was 5, she said. My bad, I thought she had learned. She told me she really learned how to paint and sell her art to get out of prostitution. I was lost in prostitution for a while when my mom died, and it's been a battle between prostitution and art, she said. We take our freedoms for granted, but we have to exercise them until you can't even realize their limits. Now, Castle says she splits her attention between art and advocating for sexually abused women. The art sustains me financially and spiritually, she says. It gives me a sense of belonging. Being by the ferry building, the visits by the passerby, all the kinds of people, and some of them stop to talk to me, or they paint something, or I buy something. And I love that. She's not licensed to sell her art, Castle says. She accepts donations instead. Whatever's in your heart that you want to give, I love to get a license. I would love help with that if someone's so inclined. One thing Castle said her art's able to do is help people express themselves who might otherwise know how. There's a big community of homeless people who could use art to express themselves. And she used to tell me when I was in New Orleans and getting gang stalked real bad, David, go get you some art, draw, escape through your art. But I was never a creative person like that as far as artistic drawing, and she'd still try to encourage me to do it. It's nice to stop and paint for a man calling himself Rico stopped by recently to sit on a pillow and paint. It's nice to stop and paint for a while. I've never done that before. Castle seems to have a detailed and complicated life philosophy developed through her experience. Kung Fu taught me to be a warrior, she said. It also taught me if you don't like your life, it's not written in stone. You can change it. Also, it's not the tragedies that define you, it's how you respond to them. She also said she learned everything you need to heal is inside, but also that you can't heal someone who won't take the medicine. That's my message, she said. Each day you can choose to be depressed and miserable or to be happy. Exercise your godlike qualities. Castle says she hopes someday to find a gallery where she can paint at night and help other artists. Meanwhile, I move around, she said. And that was published December 19th, 2017. And I'm going to go on to the next thing. which is my letter. Okay, so she wrote me a letter. Mm, When she wrote me, I didn't. This is the only copy I have, and I got. Sorry, I took so long to write. Just what you want you to know, I do care. Sorry to hear you're still getting the V2K. Don't worry about what these others say about you. You know who you are. Just be true to self. Yeah, we had some fires started with direct energy weapons. People got video of it, and they killed a lot of people and covered it up. I didn't, let me see, it didn't affect me directly, except it changed the weather. This shit's unbearable. I'm completely isolated now, and they're trying to get me to go in for a psych evaluation, but I'm scared of being railroaded to a mental facility. I still get gang stalked and dream manipulation, and my body hurts from the microwave and radiation weapons. I was told by DOD to shut up about the program, but they admitted I was in a program. Uh, they tampered with my BMW. I'm broken down. I'm riding the Porsche. It needs tires. Oh, my art is bomb, getting better every day. I learned to play piano in my sleep. It's crazy that they are teaching me uh, piano telepathically. The the streets are so scary now. People killing and robbing everywhere. All my so-called friends have gaslighted me regarding the program. One minute they believe me, the next minute they don't, and it really pisses me off. Even the people I live with, sometimes I feel safe to talk about it, and sometimes I don't. At least I haven't been getting headaches anymore. My body hurts. My body hurts. And now with 5G rolled out, everyone will be on mind control and remote neural monitoring. Anyway, I'm sad you're locked up, and I pray that God releases the chains and gives you another chance of so-called freedom. I see why people commit suicide because I'd rather be dead than have spend my life in prison surrounded by violent criminals, rapists, and pedophiles. I've really given up on any reasonable, normal life. Uh, uh, don't do anything. No, hold on. The question, because I do not want to be sexual with men. I barely know. I'm thinking about adopting a child. I'll find out Tuesday if I qualify. Anyway, your letters are short for a person who's hemmed in. Well, hope this letter lifts you up. Just to let you know, someone cares. Sincerely, Lynette Castle. I'm sorry, she was a very good friend. She helped me through a lot of hard times. But anyway, God bless all TIs, and I really, if any, I really think TIs should get memorials from other TI friends. That way they're not forgotten because if there's one person that didn't deserve to be killed. It was Lynette. She was a good person. So God bless.